Guys, I've started to realize that I'm developing a fear of missing out on certain things. And I'm not someone who really cares about stuff around me, to be honest. I'm not someone who really wants to be involved in stuff that I just feel like I don't need to be involved in. But um yeah, I've realized I'm beginning to develop a fear of missing out. And oh wait. Oh, okay. And yeah, I don't feel it. I don't feel you know, I'm not trying to sound like I feel insecure about stuff. I'm not trying to make this sound like, oh, I don't that either I'm either not insecure. I'm either insecure about other things, or I just don't care about stuff. But I feel that there really isn't any reason to feel left out. Because at the end of the day, you're living life by yourself. Alright? So you're living life by yourself. You're not doing this because you want to please people. You're not living life to please people. If that's what you feel you are doing, then you need to change that mindset. You really need to change that mindset. I mean, we are almost we're 10 days a week, 10 days from New Year's, and we still have the entire year ahead of us. So if we're going to keep having that mindset that we had in 2024, where we are trying to do things to get people's attention, then I feel like we are doing something wrong. I feel we are doing something wrong, and we need to not be afraid to miss out. That's difficult. That is difficult. Like I just said earlier, I feel like I am developing a fear of missing out. Cause I'm here right now. Right now I'm talking to you guys, and I have friends who are outside as I'm speaking. They're outside and they're doing stuff, and I really want to go out there and spend some time with them, because I really do appreciate spending time with people. But I'm here making a video for you guys, encouraging you not to feel like you're missing out. Not because I'm doing anything right, or I'm doing anything wrong, but there are people out there who feel that the least stuff, probably the most irrelevant stuff to them, that is not going to help them in their future, they feel like they have to find out what that is. And personally, I feel you don't need to do that. You do not need. Oh, okay. You do not need to feel like you're missing out. Wait, just give me 1 second. My laptop is doing that thing again. All right. You do not need to feel like you're missing out, because there really isn't anything you want to fear. All right? And the society we live in today makes it very difficult for us to not want to know what's up next, especially in terms of the internet and the social media. Every time we get on Twitter, every time we get on Instagram, every time we get on TikTok, we realize this creator has posted something that we have no idea what they're talking about. It's probably like a part 2 or a continuum of some other stuff they've been talking about, and then we just have to, go find out what that is. And then we try to make sure that we don't miss out on what that thing is. Fear of missing out. Our friends, okay, let me paint an interesting scenario for you. So let's say there's a camp meeting that's going on, and for some reason you can't go for it. You can't go for that camp meeting because you can't go. And so The camp meeting, let's just say it's about a week long. It's a week long summer camp meeting, and you can't go for it because there are just some things that are holding you back. And so you have to stay home. You get to stay home, play with your PS5, play with your Xbox, play with your phone or whatever, and you don't do too much, but you really feel like you are missing out a lot. And the camp is not somewhere close to you, so you can't just walk there or something. And then 1 week's over, and then your friends come back, and then everybody's gotten back together, and everybody's talking about what they did. And then somebody like cracks a joke that only people who went for the camp understand, and everybody starts laughing. And then you feel like, what are they talking about? What are we talking about? What is it? And you don't want to ask that question because you don't want to sound like that guy who's always asking questions and you know, just doesn't understand, is too slow or something. You don't want to sound like that person. And so you don't ask, but you go to one of your friends and you ask them to explain the joke to you, like, what are you guys talking about, you know? And then they're like, how do you not know? Were you not there for the camp? And they probably won't explain it to you, to be honest. And it leaves you wishing you went for that camp meeting. Fear of missing out. Listen, I know people who live with me, who live around me, who are like neighbors of mine, that they get to do stuff because they just have the capability. They just want to do stuff, all right? And I know other people who are out there who wish they could do these certain stuff, but they're afraid of not being able to do so. And personally, while I feel it's not good to be left out, it's not good to be isolated. You shouldn't isolate yourself from society. You shouldn't, not be afraid to mingle with others and be friends and make friends with people. Sometimes some things are not just worth finding out. Sometimes it's just not worth making the effort or, getting stressed out because you don't know the meaning or you don't know what this is talking about. Sometimes it's good to not know things. Sometimes. All right? And I'm not saying, like in the instance that I gave, that you shouldn't know what was going on during that camp meeting, because I feel like among your friends, they should be able to let you know. Unless they're not your friends, which is terrible. But you know what I'm talking about. There is no need for you to have to be afraid to miss out, because there will be times when you will not be able to be in such a situation where you can find out. Is it money? You're traveling to a different environment. You're in the hospital, or someone you know who is in the hospital, or there's just something gone wrong, or you've moved out. You're missing all the people you've made friends with. Trust me, wherever you're going to move out to, you're going to make friends there. You're going to be friends with those people. And God forbid you end up moving away from there, and then you end up feeling like you've missed out on whatever you're going on, or what was going on in those last two places that you moved out from. You don't need to be afraid to not find out. People have this fear of missing out because they don't want to be isolated. Guys, there's a difference between not knowing and being isolated. When you isolate yourself, even the most important stuff does not make sense to you. Even all the stuff that you need to know, all the important information you need to know does not matter to you. That's the meaning of being isolated. But when you don't want to find out, when you are trying your best not to always miss out on stuff, it shows that you are prioritizing the most important stuff, the stuff that matter to you. You need to not be afraid to miss out, because whether you like it or not, there will be 1 or 2 or 10 times when you will miss out on something, and you would probably be happy that you did miss out on those things. you would probably be happy. I mean, what if, and I'm just throwing out, a really unnecessary explanation out here. What if, your friends who went for that camp meeting, what if they went there and a couple of friends, went out and went out of the space of the camp, as being young people, did stuff, and probably, I don't know. I'm just throwing out stuff there. I'm not saying those stuff actually happened, but I'm just saying, what if? Would it be worth knowing that? Would it really be worth knowing that? Or what if you never went for that camp meeting, and everyone who went for that camp meeting did not come back? What if? Again, these are unrealistic scenarios, but I'm just saying they can happen. You don't need to be afraid to miss out. Don't be afraid to miss out. That's all I want to say. The fear of missing out, try as much as possible to not have that. And you're going to have a fantastic time. You're going to be at peace. You're going to be less afraid to do stuff because you're not missing out on anything. Don't be afraid to miss out, guys. Sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes it's for the best. Just have a fantastic time. Be at peace with yourself and with people around you, and you're gonna have a fun time. Yeah, so that's really all I want to say. You have a fantastic rest of your day, night, morning, whatever, and I'll catch you guys next time.